guys, Rachel here from the confusedmillennial.com, and today I am doing a video that you all requested, my hair tutorial. Honestly, I think it's kind of funny that you guys requested this because I am very, very low maintenance when it comes to my hair. I only get a haircut about once or twice a year. I know this video is a little bit longer for a hair tutorial. It's because I share a lot of tips with you guys. So I don't just show you guys what I do with my hair each week. I give you guys the tips about how I trained my hair along the way. I share my tips for how to make it last longer between workouts. I share my tips for different ways to curl your hair, all that fun stuff. So let's hop into it. Some quick background, I have like really frizzy hair. I don't know if you guys can really see it in the video. It was an absolute disaster to get it under control. It literally, like, I still can't even wear a ponytail today. I have like tons and tons of little baby hairs all around my face. And so learning how to manage my hair was a process, and it did not happen overnight. I actually trained my hair. It took about a year, where I went from, I did what most people do growing up. I would wash my hair every other day. As I got older, I moved that to like once every 3 to 4 days. And then I live in South Florida. It's really humid. My hair like would frizz out all of the time. I would spend all this time straightening it, walk outside, and it would have been pointless. So what I did was I started stretching the time between washes, going 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even a month sometimes. I did that for an entire year, basically until I couldn't stand the itching in my scalp was how long I would wash it. Obviously, not everyone can do that. I was in an interesting position where like I wasn't around that many people. I didn't care that my hair smelled. I didn't mind just wearing it pulled back every single day. And that process really worked for me. What that essentially did, according to one of the hairstylists I saw eventually, it built up like a protective protein layer on the hairs. Don't quote me on that. I don't know anything about hair, but that's just what she told me ended up happening. So to rebalance with the pH from all of that type of hair training I did have to start using a clarifying shampoo once a month because the buildup on my scalp did get really bad. And so you can use like apple cider vinegar sprays to kind of like counteract any buildup that's happening on the scalp. If you do try to do that, I would really recommend it because what it ended up resulting in was my hair became a lot less frizzy and a lot easier to manage, and it actually allowed the curls to hold, and like I actually had some control over what it did without a ton of product. Today I don't use a lot of product in my hair. I actually don't use any product in my hair. I will only condition the ends once a month maybe. I use clarifying shampoo once a month, and I shampoo once a week or once every other week depending on what's happening. So this is my hair, just natural. I washed it yesterday. I let it air dry. I did not let it air dry while sleeping on it. I let it air dry in the afternoon, went to sleep on it. When I went to bed, it looked about like this. I woke up this morning, I worked out, so this is post-workout. And I don't use any product. I literally just use curling wand. This one's by GBP, I'll link it below. And sometimes I use a flat iron just for this little area. And so if I have like some nice natural curls happening, I will go ahead and just let those do their thing, if you will. And I'll just straighten up the top outer layer type hair. I'll do like a twist and then straighten, just so that it has like more of a natural curl but gets rid of some of the frizz. I curl my hair in layers, so I usually start just below the ears. Bring that up. I use a hair clip as I go, or a hair tie rather. I take the wand, I start my hair on the outside, and I twist. I let it hold for until I start to feel the heat kind of coming off onto like my neck. I'm like, oh, okay, that's warm enough. Or I'll do it a little bit less than that. I just let the curls kind of fall out. I don't touch them until the very end. As I'm twisting, one thing I try to do, I don't know if you guys can see, I don't flatten the hair. I let it get kind of the kinked up curl, the super tight. I just let that wrap. What I found is that it allows the curls to hold a lot better versus if you try to like comb out the piece of hair first and then like have a really smooth wrap. That's gonna give you more of like a ringlet by having it kind of kinked up a little bit and just letting your hair do its natural thing. It holds, just in my experience, the natural curl a lot better. I like to pull these ends forward while I drop back the second layer, so that way it doesn't mix in with the hair I've already done. For the next layer, I go just at the top of my ears. From there, what I do is I separate down the middle. I pull this forward, tuck this back. And then I usually just use my mouth to hold the side I'm not working on. To how I do it. I don't like separate the sections into a certain amount. I just try to feel where none of the sections feel too thick. The thicker the section, the longer you're gonna have to hold the curling iron onto it. The thinner the section, the less time, but the tighter the curl. So when I get to about this point on my head, what I typically do is I will actually section it off into the half of my heads. So find my part. Also on this section, I'll start to mix with doing some of the curls in the opposite direction to just give it a little bit more bounce, but I'll only do it in the back section. Sorry, my daughter was crying. All right, so back to where I was. So by doing one curl in the opposite direction with all the rest, it'll allow a little bit more just natural bounce to the hair. As I get closer to the front of my face, I make sure everything's going the same way. And that middle layer is that I just finished doing is usually when I do the opposite direction curls more often though, but I don't always do them. Try to hold the front sections a little bit longer than the back ones so that curls hold there longer. Alright, so when we get to like the very front, I have a lot, I don't know if you guys can really tell because my hair is super dark, I have a lot of these little wavy curls that happen here. So what I do is I either use a flat iron for about down to here to get rid of those, or I will just use the curling one. I'll hold my hair super tight and I will just kind of work it straighter. I'll do that in a few different directions. I'll have it go down, I'll have it go up, I'll pull it over this way, I'll pull it over this way. Alright, so again, not touching any of the curls. This side is just sitting. While it sits, before I start on this side, I have to go check the baby one more time. Sorry, baby girl's like napping, but she keeps drumming passive iron and crying, but she's still sleeping, but she's crying and wants to back in her mouth. So that's why I have to keep stopping. So on to the next side. Again, not combing out anything we've done so far, just kind of letting it naturally do its thing. As we start on this side has a lot more hair because this is the side that I part my hair towards. So this is way thicker than the previous side. So here what I do is I bring this forward and I cut off some of it. I will take the part that I'm gonna work on first, put that in my mouth, and just kind of twist that off to the side so it's out of my way. So I start in the back as always. So a couple things to remember as I kind of like straighten out the front of this. If you do it this way, using the curling wand to straighten out the edges, you have the ability to go back and recurl whatever you did. If you use a flat iron to do the front part, you do like curlier hair like I do, you won't be able to get a curl to stay anywhere that you have already flat ironed. So that's just kind of something to keep in mind. I know my curling wand, for the last piece, I always kind of pull it back a little bit and then just twist. So I keep part of it straight. I don't go all the way to the root like I've been doing for all the other pieces. So that's just something to keep in mind, like as you are playing with like straightening and curling. You can never, if you flatten iron into section, you'll never be able to get a curl back into it. Whereas if you have just like straightened it with the curling wand, you'll be able to either straighten it more or get a curl back into it. So much of the straightening of it has to do with how tight you can hold it. And then this piece is done, so you'll see how curly this starts off as. So this is before I have done anything. I haven't combed any of this. I'm just letting the heat sit. I will usually just let I go around my house for like 20 minutes and just let this sit. That's because, like I said, I only wash my hair once a week. So by doing this like that, the longer that these curls can sit, the harder they're going to hold. I don't particularly like love my hair to look like this, so I wouldn't go out like this. But as soon as you go ahead and comb your fingers through this, the curls are gonna fall apart a little bit, they're gonna loosen a little bit. It's going to give you that kind of more effortless look. And so I typically love my hair like a couple hours after I first done it. And as the days go on, I just love how it kind of like naturally just, it looks more and more natural. Again, I don't use any products. If I do use any products for whatever reason, I've really been liking this Kuvi styling balm. I think that's how you say it. I'm not a fashion blogger by any means. I've really been liking this a lot. It, if like I do, if I have any flyaways, I am trying to look nicer or anything like that, squirt a little bit of that in my hand and just kind of like lightly jostle the area. It's not like, you're not like smoothing it though. As you can see, my hair's kind of all over the place. There's no real rhyme or reason. All right, so as I'm waiting for my hair to sit a little bit more, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about kind of like in between washes, hair repair, and like how I got to a place where I don't use any product, because I used to use a ton of product. There's a few different things. Number one, your water. So one of the good things about extending your wash as long as possible is actually a lot of the times, a lot of our damage in our hair comes from the water that we're using. So the more time you can have between washes isn't only good because it allows the natural oils to do their thing, it's also really good because you aren't exposing your hair to water and all of that elements, city water, whatever you have, well water. One thing you can do is go ahead and get a like water softener. They come as like a little like cylinder attachment, and you can put it between the shower nozzle and your shower head, or you can buy a shower head that actually has a compartment where you can put the water softener. It's basically just a water film, or it softens the water, which means that there's like less minerals and chemicals and whatever else is in our water getting into your hair, meaning that it just becomes a lot easier to style and manage, and like endures less gross stuff, I guess, for lack of a better word. I'm not a stylist, don't quote me on any of this. I just know that that really helps with making your hair look better between washes. The other thing is when you are going, you know, whether it's 2 days, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, however long between washes, I would really recommend, like say, you know, you're gonna wash your hair on Wednesday night. When you get home for the day and it's the end of the day, you don't care about how you look, you don't need anyone to see you, run your brush through your hair then. That's a, I guess, rewind, pause. I don't brush my hair either. I comb my hair after my shower, but that is the only time I run anything other than my fingers through my hair. I do not comb my hair or brush my hair between washes. Only once I get out of the shower, I use a detangling comb, and that is it, no brush. However, if you are trying to make your hair a lot healthier, I would say go ahead, brush your hair once you've gotten as much as you want to get out of it, and that way you're brushing the oils from the top of your head down to the bottom. It kind of acts as like that protective layer, a conditioner, that type of thing. So again, kind of like quick recap of what I do. I get out of the shower, I comb my hair. That is the only time I put anything through it until it is like a few hours before I'm going to finally wash it, at which point I will brush the natural oils through my hair, and that way they kind of protect the hair from the water. It allows those natural oils to do their thing and getting your hair to look really healthy. That has allowed me to cut down on all product. I used to like gel my hair, diffuse my hair, use hairspray, use different balms and gels and serums, and honestly, once I got my hair healthy, I didn't need it to make the ends look healthy because the ends are just naturally healthy. I only get 1 or 2 haircuts max throughout the year. And I mean, it took me 1.5 years to get my last haircut because I was pregnant and I was being lazy. And she said like it only looked like 6 months worth of damage after 1.5 years. So the less you can expose your hair to, just the generally healthier it's going to be. No blow dryers, all that type of stuff. Again, if you do want a more high maintenance routine, like where you are blow drying your hair, you're just gonna have to get your hair cut more often. I don't like getting my hair cut, so that's how come my ends can stay looking good without needing any like extra balms or serums and stuff like that. That's my hair routine in a nutshell, and I guess I will go ahead and kind of show you what this looks like. I just gently brush it out. Again, just gently brush it out. This is going to keep falling out over the next few days. And that's kind of, when I do that, there's always inevitably a ton of hair that falls out. I don't know if you guys can see how much there is. I just kind of ball it up. There you go, that's my hairball. And I usually don't brush out the back. I usually don't brush out the back because I don't hold the wand on those areas as long as I do the front sections. And so by the end of the week, those are actually pretty straight. So I usually just don't touch that and let it naturally do its thing. So that's kind of my hair routine. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any other tutorials or DIYs that you guys want to see, make sure to hit me up. And until the next video, make sure you're following me on Instagram at The Confused Millennial.